This is Madison Blakeley, and I'll be talking about the functions of the integumentary system today for Joyce Banks' class. The first topic I'll be discussing is the epidermis. The epidermis is made up of the outermost cells of the skin and is the most superficial epithelium. The epidermis contains 5 layers of stratum. The first layer is stratum corneum, made up of 15 to 30 layers of keratinized cells on all exposed skin. A keratinocyte, or keratin cell, is the body's most abundant epithelial cells. Keratin is a protein that makes up all of our hair and nails. You either have thin skin, which covers most of the body's surface, which contains 4 layers of keratinocytes, or thick skin located on the palms of your hands and soles of your feet, which contain the 5th layer, stratum lucidum. The second layer, stratum granulosum, has granules of pigment, is the flattest, most apical layer, and has 3 to 5 layers of keratinocytes. The third layer of stratum, stratum spinuosum, each time cell divides from the basal, one cell is pushed to the spinuosum. This layer has 8 to 10 layers of keratinocytes. The fourth layer of the epidermis is the stratum basal, which is the deepest layer in our skin, and these cells undergo mitosis. Melanocytes are located in the stratum basal, the deepest layer, and produce pigment called melanin, which gives us our hair and skin color, ranging from brown to yellow to black color. Stratum lucidum, the layer I talked about previously, is present in the toughest types of skin, or also known as the palms of your hands and soles of your feet. Everyone has sweat glands in the body. There are 2 types of sweat glands. You have the apocrine glands that secrete directly onto the surface of your skin, known in the locations of the palms of your hands and soles of your feet. Now, these locations have the highest number of these apocrine glands. Another type of gland is a merocrine gland that secretes products into the hair follicles and is odorous, located in the axillary and pubic regions. In the body, we have 2 perspiration types. We have insensible, which occurs without the person's awareness. Water is mainly lost through the skin and lungs. Another route we could go is evaporation, is the process in which a liquid is made into a gas. Another type of perspiration is sensible perspiration, which occurs during sweating and urination. The person is aware of the fluid loss. Now, sweat is normally made up of bacteria, but also made up of a lot of water that we lose. And a water molecule is consistent of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. To add into more detail, a hydrogen bond, or a weak interaction between the hydrogen atom on one molecule and a negatively charged portion of another molecule. Now, sweating normally occurs because the result of a temperature change, but the way we discuss it anatomically is the heat capacity, which is the result of a temperature change for an object. The next layer of the skin I'm going to be talking about is the dermis. It is one of the 2 components of the cutaneous membrane and is located underneath the epidermis. It contains both the papillary and reticular layers. The third layer of the skin is the hypodermis, also known as the subcutaneous layer, which contains loose connective tissues below the dermis that separates the integument from the deep fasciae around other organs such as muscles and bones. It is composed of areolar tissue and adipose connective tissue. It is technically not part of the integument, but stabilizes skin position. Another thing that has to do with skin positioning is the erector pili muscle, located right there, which helps basically the hair follicles stand up on your skin. A couple things I wanted to wrap up the presentation with is ultraviolet radiation. It's basically the radiation that comes from sunlight that can damage the skin when exposed to too much. Normally, the procedures that people go through in order to prevent being harmed by the ultraviolet radiation is normally putting on sunblock or basically putting on hats to prevent those rays from touching the skin. Another topic is cholesterol. Cholesterol is a steroid used in the production of hormones used to help the functioning and development of growth. Another is cholecysterol, which is a steroid related to the cholesterol family, is essential for bone growth and development. Thank you for listening to my presentation.